Alright, I have some beef to squash with the JoJo community right now. I need everyone right now to write in the comments what your favorite JoJo is and why. Great, now that you did that, everyone go roast the dipshit whoever said Girnrio. If you honestly picked Girnrio over Jotaro, let alone Josuke, then please do the Dougie off a cliff and accept you're just an idiot. But hey, listen, before you leak my IP address and bomb my whole city, hear me out on why Jotaro is a legend and should be agreed upon as the best JoJo. Jotaro is one of the best stands in the JoJo universe, the drip stand. It can make his drip go nuts as soon as he says the words. For real though, his drip is insane even for JoJo standards. He goes from a 17-year-old rapper with a 10-ton chain like he's 2 Chainz to a snazzy dad with some immaculate drip. Of course, I don't only like Jotaro for his drip. He has one of the coolest stands in the series. For information, I'm basing this off of the only ones that adapted so far. I'm currently on chapter 58 on part 7. Shit is fire as hell. Stopping time even for a couple of seconds is incredibly overpowered. I feel like if it had not faced off against Pucci in part 6, he would have had an undefeated record on his name. But instead, he went out like Tyron really did. Just imagine this, you go through all of hell of part 3, going to a bunch of different countries with pretty much assassins every corner you take, and you have no clue where they might be or where they may come from. But you somehow figure out every single one of them and escape death to defeat a final boss who wears elf shoes and is slightly more homoerotic than your average man. Let's get into why I think his character type just outshines the rest of the main characters in other parts. So seeing how Jotaro is legit Dr. Disrespect but in anime form, he is a tall and extremely muscular man that just exudes riz and intellect. But why is Jotaro an actual beast of a man? Where did he get these genes from anyway? Well, what do you know? The second best JoJo right here, Joseph Joestar. Back in his day, he was the ultimate riz god and had the wits and humor that could defeat even an unstoppable and unkillable being known as Cars. He somehow killed a being that was supposed to be unkillable. So it kind of makes sense where Jotaro got his skills from. Like, do you remember when they figured out how the sun stand was just a mirror by seeing the reflection in the sun? What I found most funny was that when Kakyoin and Jotaro were dying of laughter because they figured it out, I feel like Polnareff was legitimately having a mental breakdown and they couldn't care less. But it's surely sad for Joseph because he can't find any rock jokes funny after seeing his best friend Caesar die from one. But honestly, after meeting Jotaro in part 3, you would think he's really just an asshole, and I at first thought he would be, and I would absolutely hate his character because he seemed like a typical angsty teen character at the time. But he immediately grew on me after he just took the pistol from the cop and straight up tried to kill himself to show off the power he has. First time seeing a stand in the show, and they showed off such a badass moment right here. But I did enjoy Abdal showing up and just absolutely humbling Jotaro with his fire ass stand, literally. Now I hear this sometimes and I want to address it. Some people think part 4 Jotaro is better because he is much more adult and mature. I have one question to ask. Why in the living fuck would you want a mature Jotaro when you can have a Jotaro who just beats the shit out of anything he dislikes without any hesitation at all? Now I know he pretty much does it all the way through part 6, but back in part 3, you can have a sense of how powerful this guy is. Every single other stand that goes against Jotaro just gets their ass kicked in one-on-one battles, unless the enemy stand has something like a trick up their sleeve. Seeing Jotaro just use his stand with the iconic after hearing it, it just leaves my pants in an undescribed mess made by my sausage. I know for a fact everyone who has seen part 6 where the moment he saved Jolyene with the insane sound effect that we all love. And that save was just fucking orgasmic, bro. Bro came out of nowhere in the nick of time and just saved the day like it was nothing. Can we just talk about how Star Platinum literally can look so far and in detail in a picture and draw it like better than any artist I've ever seen in the blink of an eye? Like, he just starts scribbling on a paper and bro just made a masterpiece of a fly in like 20 seconds. Also, I want to acknowledge in this scene, it seems like Jotaro is just beefing with the wildlife sea animals and he just absolutely pieces up a fucking shark in the sky. Like, bro, this part doesn't get old. I love part 3, man. Honestly, I think the bizarreness of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure truly peaked out at part 3. I need someone right now to let me know what part is anywhere near as ridiculous as fighting a green monkey that has a stand power that controls an entire boat for some reason I don't really understand. Also, I forgot that Jotaro can extend his fingers like a measuring tape and he just penetrates the monkey's brain with no hesitation. But come on, next best thing from any other part was the butt chin pineapple guy from part 5. That was also pretty fucking gnarly too. Part 3 had so many what the fuck moments I can't even count them. Also, Iggy was one of the best side characters of all time. Even back in the original JoJo part 3, when he died, I wouldn't lie, I kind of laughed at the clip of Iggy just standing there with a blank expression while Polnareff is screaming at him to run away. I just want to point out how no other stand has the equal amazingness audio as Jotaro does. Josuke's is mid as hell. Girnrio's was just a straight up copy of his daddy's. And And honestly, Jolene's was too. They're always doing throwbacks to the better versions of themselves they wish they were. But overall, Jotaro was mainly the better character because of the part he was in. I believe if he was in part 4 as the main character, he wouldn't be as popular as he is right now. The side cast also made Jotaro feel like a better character since they bounced off each other so well. Having so many different types of personalities made it so fun to watch. You have Jotaro being an ultimate badass, only being funny when it's not gonna ruin him or kill him. But for the others like Kakyoin and Polnareff, it's obvious they love fucking around and having fun. Yeah, so overall, I think Jotaro is definitely the best JoJo of all of the parts. And if you don't like that opinion, you can shove a tree branch up your ass. Also, once again, if you do like Girnrio the best as the best JoJo, please in the comments explain why, because I really want to know this. Like, you have no clue. I don't understand why anyone likes Girnrio. He is genuinely one of the most boring main characters I've ever seen. I think I'd rather watch SAO instead of watching JoJo Part 5 just because of the main character. Yeah, side characters really carried on Part 5. You know what? I'm gonna make a video on that. Screw you guys. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that sub button right here. I'm trying to hit 1K subs by the end of the year. Also, click this video right here, how to tell an anime is bad in 1 episode.